Picture a mother standing quietly at the counter, her eyes fixed on a handful of coins resting in her palm. One by one, she counts them again, not because she expects the number to change, but because hope makes her try. Each coin carries the weight of a long day, of sacrifices made silently, of meals skipped so her child wouldn't have to. Around her, the world moves quickly, orders are placed, laughter fills the air, and people pay without thinking. But for her, this moment is heavy. She calculates carefully, wondering if the coins will be enough, wondering if she'll have to explain to her child why they can't share a simple slice of pizza today. There is no complaint in her posture, only quiet determination. She isn't asking for sympathy, she's asking for a chance to provide. In that brief moment, we see a struggle that millions carry every day, unnoticed, unspoken, and often unseen. It's a reminder that poverty isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's just a mother counting coins, hoping dignity will be enough to get her through one more meal. Across the room, Cole stood quietly, watching the celebration unfold with a calm presence that didn't quite match the glittering elegance around him. He hadn't come expecting anything extraordinary, just to support an old friend on his wedding day. But as his gaze drifted across the hall, he noticed something no one else seemed to be paying attention to: a woman sitting alone, fighting back tears she clearly didn't want anyone to see. At first, he thought maybe she was simply overwhelmed, but the more he observed, the more he saw the subtle cruelty happening around her. The pointed fingers, the mocking smiles, the way people leaned in just a little too close to say something meant to hurt, none of it escaped his eyes. Cole knew pain when he saw it. Life had taught him how easily a person could be broken by the world's unkindness. And the moment he realized she was suffering in silence, something inside him shifted. He couldn't stand the idea of someone being humiliated while everyone else pretended not to notice. Without hesitation, he took a slow breath and began walking toward her, not out of pity, but out of instinct, an instinct to protect, to stand beside someone who clearly needed a moment of kindness. Sometimes, it takes only one person to change the direction of someone else's hurt. What happens next is driven by instinct, not image. The biker doesn't look around to see who's watching, and he doesn't pause to weigh how this might reflect on him. He understands that moments like this don't wait for permission. Without drawing attention, he shifts his posture, scanning the space the way someone does when they've learned to survive by reading danger early. He knows stepping in carries its own risks, misinterpretation, escalation, even becoming a target himself, but those calculations never rise to the surface. What matters is that someone needs help now. His movements are deliberate, controlled, and calm, not aggressive or theatrical. He places himself where he can block, observe, and respond if necessary, creating a buffer without turning the situation into a spectacle. Years of experience have taught him that true protection often looks quiet. There's no show of force, no dramatic confrontation, just a steady presence that signals awareness and readiness. In choosing to act, he pushes past the identity the world has assigned him and answers a simpler call: the responsibility of one human recognizing another in danger. And in that moment, courage isn't loud or reckless, it's measured, intentional, and deeply human. The act itself is simple, almost ordinary, and that's what makes it extraordinary. A meal is paid for, a box is handed over, and on the surface, nothing dramatic seems to happen. But in the mother's eyes, the weight she was carrying begins to lift. The worry that tightened her chest loosens, replaced by relief and disbelief. For her child, it's more than pizza, it's a moment of joy, a memory of being cared for, a reminder that kindness exists even on difficult days. This small act doesn't just fill a stomach, it restores dignity. It tells her that her struggle is valid, that she is not invisible, that someone believes she deserves help without conditions. And the impact doesn't end there. Moments like this travel far beyond the walls of a restaurant. They stay with people, shaping how they see the world and how they treat others in return. What took only a few seconds becomes a turning point in someone's day, sometimes even their life. It proves that we don't need grand solutions to make a difference. sometimes, one simple act of kindness is powerful enough to change everything. This moment quietly challenges the way we define success and wealth. We often admire big numbers, large homes, and powerful titles, believing these are the true signs of richness. But standing there, it becomes clear that money alone doesn't make someone truly wealthy. Real richness shows itself in character, in the willingness to share, and in the courage to care. The billionaire may have immense financial resources, but what truly sets him apart is not what he owns, it's how he chooses to use it. At the same time, the mother, despite having so little, displays a different kind of wealth, strength, love, and resilience. This contrast forces us to rethink our assumptions. Who is truly rich, the one who has everything, or the one who gives when they can? Wealth, in its truest form, is measured by the lives we touch and the compassion we show when no one is watching. When kindness becomes part of our identity, status loses its meaning. This story reminds us that we are all capable of being rich in the ways that matter most, if we choose generosity over indifference. Because in the end, the richest hearts are not those that accumulate the most, but those that give the most. What makes this moment even more painful is how familiar it feels in our society, the way people sometimes stand nearby, watching something wrong unfold, yet choosing silence over action. It's what we call the bystander effect, and it happens more often than we'd like to admit. In that moment outside the restaurant, there were people who saw the boy crying, people who noticed the bullies laughing and recording him, but no one stepped forward. Maybe they were unsure, maybe they felt it wasn't their place, or maybe they hoped someone else would intervene. But silence, even when unintentional, can feel like approval to those causing harm. And to the person being hurt, it can deepen the sense of isolation. This moment reminds us that doing nothing is also a choice, one that can allow cruelty to grow louder than compassion.